welcome back to Wendy's Colouring, and today is books that I'd like to during 2024 do a little bit of colouring on. So this time last year I kind of said to myself, I've got a lot of books, and I'd bought a lot of books in 2022, and that meant I'd bought far more than I was actually able to colour during that year. So last year, 2023, I was trying to buy less books, definitely. I was never going to do a no buy because I love books too much, and too many books are going to pop up that I really want, and I'm not depriving myself. This is my hobby. I do it for fun. It's relaxing, and part of that is getting some of the stuff that I like. Finding a home for it, that's an entirely different problem, but we won't go there now. But yeah, last year I was consciously trying to push myself to work in books that I hadn't worked in, and now when I'm looking across my shelf, I'm kind of 3/4 of my books I have worked in. Majority just one, but I have worked in 3/4 of them, and I would like to kind of carry that on really during 2024. And the pile that I fished out are in the main books that I haven't yet got to during 2023, but that I really like. But for one reason or another, even though I have selected them sometimes in my colouring plans, they just haven't been coloured quite often because of time constraints, if I'm honest. If it's very detailed or it's a bit bigger, I suppose I kind of think, well, I'm not going to get that finished. Or if I work that page, I'm literally going to have that page by the end of the month because it's going to take me that long. Detail does take me a long time. I find it difficult to... I know a lot of people say, oh, just work over that bit, don't worry about it. But yeah, I can't make myself do that. I have to do every little bits and pieces. So yeah, some books get a bit neglected because of that. I'm not going to lie, it's quite a big pile next to me. It's definitely not all the books that I haven't worked in. And this first one I have worked in. So this one I have not touched all of last year, and I have a whip in this. And generally I'm pretty good with whips. I am a kind of I started so I'll finish kind of person. I don't like leaving any kind of art projects half done. But yeah, for some reason this lovely page in Serene, which is my first page in this book, I haven't come back to it. So I started this I think over 1.5 years ago. I think it was on my summer break 2022. And yeah, I've started it. I've done the backgrounds, obviously some acrylic. I've started working in the roses. I've done quite a lot of her hair. Her skin I'm not totally happy with now I'm looking at it. I kind of feel I need to work the skin a bit more. And I've not actually got that much left to do in this, really. I've just got background, flower, fabric, some of her beads and things like that. So there's not even that much left to do in it, but for whatever reason, yeah, I just haven't come back to it, and it's a crime, isn't it? Because this is such a beautiful book, and that is my first page in this book. But again, it's quite a big book. It's bigger than average, certainly. So I would like to persuade myself this year to try and finish that one, but it'd be nice to try and do another one in there as well. But definitely finish that one is on my list of things that I would like to do. All the other books that I'm going to look at, I haven't worked in at all. And this one I've had a while, so I don't really know why, because I see other people do beautiful pages in this. Lily Dealey, The Flower Year, a colouring book. It's lovely, it's really pretty. Look, I've managed to mark it even though I haven't even worked in it. Again, I'm sure you've seen it many times on many channels. I think it's the detail in this that I find slightly worrying. But yeah, I kind of look at it and then I think, no. I'm not going to do it. I don't know why. I think all this kind of thin line work on the leaves kind of puts me off a little bit. And I don't know, because I do love doing flowers. I don't know what it is about this book. Maybe if it was printed bigger, maybe that would I feel better about it. I just don't know. But I need to start small, so I'm thinking something like this page, where I could literally just take the iris, or Lily of the Valley, or something like that. Like, that feels a bit more approachable. Maybe that's how I have to look at it, that I just pick, you know, something single like that, rather than some of these amazing, like these. I've seen quite a lot of people do some of these intro pages for the months. But yeah, look at all these tiny, tiny little bits and think, nope, I'm not doing it. But it is a lovely book. This is the only one of her books I have for this reason. I know she has another lovely one out, doesn't she? And she's got another one coming out, but unless I get over the fear of this one. Oh, that's cute, isn't it? Again, maybe that would be a nice place to start as well. There are some pages that I have no excuses, but for whatever reason, so far I have not started in this book. So it is on my list of, at some point, even if it's just the smallest thing, I need to start in it. Otherwise, maybe it's not for me. Who knows? Then, this next bit is a big crime. I know I'm bad. I know. I have no excuse for not working in these. I did originally get this one. This was one I bought myself. Well, I bought them all myself, but I originally ordered from her. This one is beautiful, but I got it very early in my colouring journey, and it is an absolutely lovely book. Some beautiful pages in it, and I bought it for one particular image, if I can find it. This one, I think this is a beautiful image, absolutely stunning. I don't know what it is. I really like pretty ladies with some kind of nature taking over in their hair. I like those kind of pages, and I bought it for that particular page. And there's lots in here that I think are just stunning. There's a lot of hair, and at times I am a bit over her sometimes, but I really love her drawing. It's just stunning, isn't it? But I think when I bought it, I wasn't at the point in my colouring where I had the capability to honestly colour it and do a good job. I since bought these three from a lovely lady in Wales off a Facebook group, because again, they are absolutely beautiful. I've done quite a lot of portraits by other artists, but I think I'm still a little bit in awe of these books, and it's kind of stops me picking them up to do. But there's absolutely no reason why I shouldn't colour in these. And so, oh man, we don't get many men, do we? With some kind of insect that's pretending to be leaves. Oh, an Egyptian one as well. So they are absolutely stunning. I'm probably not going to work in all four of these. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll surprise myself. But I'd like to make myself, if possible, work on one of these. I'm probably not going to do one that's my favourite, in case I do make a mess of it. But they're just stunning books, aren't they? And I definitely am very glad I have them. But again, I'm not allowing myself to buy any more until I've done some of these. I know this paper's not great for watercolour, is it? But, you know, I do like colour pencil. And so that's no great hardship for me. So, yeah, at some point, I would like this year to get over my fear of these and work in these beautiful Anastasia Ellie Caldereva books. Maybe my original one. I do like it, but these are beautiful as well. But yeah, this is definitely on my pile of books I'd like to have a go at this year. I was at the point when I bought the first one where I had no idea where you put the skin tones on a face, and I'm not in that place anymore. I have sets that I feel fairly comfortable doing skim with, so why am I not working in them? I don't know. But yeah, time to get over it. Oops. Then I've got a whole stack of books that basically I've bought a lot of these last year, and for whatever reason, again, I think it's the detail in this one in particular. Yoshimi Sagaguchi? Probably said it wrong. I actually translated it. Oh, no one cares, Mr. Watch. I haven't translated the title. What a bizarre. This one I think I've had it about 6 months, and it is very pretty. It has these little message cards in the back that you can cut out. It has lovely printed colour versions to give you a bit of inspiration at the back. Also really nice. Again, no doubt I flipped them when I bought them. I don't think I love every page of this, but there are some, like, look at that, that's a really cute page. And it's not even that complicated, isn't it? I think this book has been in my colouring plans quite a few times. Like this page, I think is lovely. I know some of this fabric work is probably some people's idea of nightmare, but when I'm looking at that page, I can kind of see what I'd want to do with that fabric. It's kind of in my head already. And I like doing dresses. I'm not so keen on this door page, if I'm honest, or this lock page, but there are some absolutely so cute pages in here. Look at these little wee rabbits. They're beautiful, and again, quite a lot of involved fabrics. Are these the butlers? It's like Downton Abbey, but for rabbits. Yeah, there's some really cute pages in here. And yeah, I think it was, like I say, it was in my colouring plans a couple of times, but I think they're quite involved pages, aren't they? And they're not pages that I'm thinking, oh, that's going to be quite quick. No, it's not going to be quite quick. It's going to take me probably, realistically, 2 weeks on and off when I'm at work to work through. You've got tiny little leaves, you've got lots of tiny little details. So cute though, look. If only I didn't have to go to work. Some of these wouldn't be in this pile. But yeah, when I'm tight for time, this is when books like this, unfortunately, don't get coloured when I really do like them. So this, I would like to, again, make a start in it. That's a cute first page. That's the front cover image, isn't it? Yeah. I would like to make a start in this lovely book. If I can see them, I might pop some links in for these, depending on how much time I have when I'm uploading. Another one that has only just come in this year. Have I translated it? Please let me put the sticker in. I have not. What an idiot. What an idiot. They did send me these 2 prints with it, which is why it's still in here. I haven't translated it, but I'll try and find it. This is the reason I bought this book, though, because it's got this beautiful kind of Gustav Klimt style pages, and all these pages are kind of inspired by different artist styles. There's quite a lot of Art Nouveau pages, but and I don't think I like all of them. Some of them are definitely not my thing, but that particular page I really like, I really wanted to have a go at, so yeah, there it is. And again, an excuse for metallics, and I think because this is a Korean book and the paper is quite thick, I can definitely get away with quite a bit of nice watercolour on there. But again, it's quite small, it's quite detailed, and I bought this book from Korea the expensive way, no book depository, so it wasn't cheap, and I don't want to rush it. I want to do it nicely and enjoy it and not be panicking about getting the watercolour everywhere. So as a result, it's been in the waiting pile, waiting to get that page done. And then it has some beautiful colour plates at the front. Look, there it is. That's the one I want. My only worry with this book is once I've done this page, will I come back to it to do some of the others? Because these ones don't appeal quite so much. Oh, that's quite a strange. Is that the Degas? Is that what we're... Yeah, I quite like that one. This is quite pretty. So there are some lovely pages, but this one in particular I do want to have a good attempt at. Then, this is a problem. Let me find the other one. Oop. I've literally had it on here. So I bought this one. Did I buy this year? I might have even bought this last Christmas. When did Voyage come out? Whenever it came out, that is when I bought it. And this was my first mythographic. I hadn't bought any of them before because Hidden Objects, no, I'm not dealing with that. And it's stunning, isn't it? It's Joseph Kattenbang, I'm sure you all know, but I'm back to detail again. Detail, and I find these pictures quite confusing. They're stunning, and there's again absolutely no reason that I haven't started on it other than I look at them and think they're going to take me ages. I've not got ages. I need something I can work on reasonably quickly and it's not too complicated. And I think it's lovely, and I did kind of ban myself from buying any more until I worked in this one, but as you've just seen, I failed on banning myself because Fabiana did a furry one, and you know I do really love Fabiana's drawings, I really do. So as much as I wasn't up to getting another mythographic, I have just bought this one. I kind of like some of these pages. They feel a little bit like that, feels a little bit more simple than, I don't know, do you kind of know what I mean? Maybe it's just in my head, but I kind of find, trying to compare, which is not really fair, is it really, but I kind of find this just page full of lines just is so busy, and I kind of find that intimidating. I can colour it, but I just know it's going to take me so long. Anyway, so I broke my own rule and I bought this one. And some of this is also quite complicated, but I do like this one. I think this is more my cup of tea than Voyage. But I don't know. I feel like I kind of need to colour it or make a decision that you don't ever buy any more and stick to it this time. This one I feel like this, I think, is a lovely page. Looked at it a few times. It's kind of like a little mirrored box, isn't it? See, again, I'm a bit confused by it. What is it exactly? What are these? Why is it next to this? Why does his ear turn into a leaf? I'm clearly missing something about these books. I'm guessing it's supposed to be a little bit magical and strange. But yeah, I do find them just a wee bit. Another lovely page. Other than it's got a big snail on it. Oh, and another one. But yes, this year is the year that I either colour in this or I say to myself, mythographic are not for you. Joseph Conrad is stunning work, let's be honest. It's amazing art. Very talented gentleman. Just not sure it's for me. Fabiana, I love. I'm hoping I'm going to work in this. Fingers crossed. I'm kind of umming and ahhing about a page this month. We'll see. We'll see. Again, time's not my friend. This one I got again in the summer this year. It's not a new book by Rivian Phelan. Dragons. I don't really colour dragons. Like, I think I've done a couple in R.J. Hampson's dragon book. But other than that, I don't think I've coloured any other dragons. Paper in this book is absolutely stunning. But they're all quite serious. Oh, there is a lady in there, look, with some dragons. Mistress of the Wells. Okay. So, yeah, I kind of quite like some of these larger ones, actually. I'm thinking I'd get away with a bit more paint, the Gatekeeper. But yeah, I'd like to have a go in this book. I've worked in my other two Jasmine Beckett Griffiths books that are still with this paper. And this is quite different. It's not normally the kind of book I would buy. But yeah, I just thought that the imagery is so nice in it. It's quite different. I don't think it's all for me. I'm not sure Ugly Froggy is going to ever get done. What, Grollop? Is that what he's called? quite bizarre. But yeah, I quite like the dragons in it, and I quite like some of the ladies in it. So I'm hoping I'll start in this book and love it. Well, I know I like the paper, because I already love the paper. But even this does quite appeal. But yeah, so far it just hasn't made it into my colouring plans list. I want to work in this year. No excuses why not, because it's a beautiful book on beautiful paper. It's just a little bit different for me. This book, also a crime. I've had this over a year. Again, might be a year and a half. So Queens of Poland by Christina Novak. It's the hardback one. I'm not sure if whether she was started selling some of her images on Amazon, but this certainly isn't. This is the hardback one. Beautiful book. Really lovely print. Paper in it is so nice. It's really thick paper. I find some of these a bit serious looking. I think that's what puts me off a little bit. And I don't love heavy grayscale, but they're not all like that, so that is not an excuse. But again, it's a beautiful book. There's no reason. And it's another portrait book as well, really. But I do need to make a start on this book, I think, because there are some absolutely beautiful portraits. Some I like that one. I don't particularly love that one, I've got to be honest. But like, this is a lovely page. There's some really beautiful pages in here that do really appeal. But they're not going to be a quick colour. They're quite serious portraits. They've got really beautiful, like the irises on here are really beautiful. Look, that's lovely. You've got fabric, you've got hair, you've got jewels. They are going to be an investment in time, thinking about how to be successful with some of these things. So, can I do these images? Yes, I can. That's what I need to tell myself when I open the book. Just need to make a start. I think once I've done one, that's like, this is beautiful, isn't it? Do you know what? I might even put a marker in that page, because I do like that. Fabric and a bit of cherry blossom, is it? What does it say? Oh, it doesn't say what the flowers are, but yeah, that's cute, isn't it? I like that. Moody. I like a moody portrait, but with a bit of something going on with it. Yeah, but I think I prefer these more towards the front of this book. Yes, need to work in it. It's beautiful, but it's also a very thick book. It weighs quite a lot as well. Another set that I bought together because I had to pay the shipping, so it made sense to get both. Snow White, Cinderella by Amandine Jung. I think she's in France, isn't she? It's a little bit of a quirky style on these, and I do quite like them. And again, they've been in my colouring plans quite a few times. It's again good paper, almost card-like, this paper. So I'll probably get away with a bit of watercolour on it. But yes, I suppose you could do marker pen on it as well if you wanted. It's got quite an unusual illustration style. But yeah, just haven't somehow persuaded myself to work in it. I don't know why really, because the art like that's lovely, isn't it? And I quite like this stagecoach on the next page. Little quirky bat. Cat. Yeah, I do like them. They've got a bit of character about them. I think they'll be lovely coloured. There's quite a few Halloweeny ones now I'm looking in this book, which is quite strange for Cinderella, isn't it? It's not quite what I anticipated. And Snow White, we'll have a quick flip of Snow White. But look how lovely it's printed. It's just a really lovely book. Very different to your traditional Disney look of Snow White. It's like she's a stained glass window. But yeah, I think they have a nod to Halloween, like nice comb. I take it that's the Wicked Queen, isn't it? That's why. Little mouse. This is cute. But yeah, again, I think they're lovely. Absolutely beautiful books. Never regretted getting one. They've also come with these little posters. Ooh, I'll show you as it's popped out, so you get an impression of how she kind of works them herself. You've got little test pages in the book. Yeah, they're lovely books. I'll show you the other one whilst it's sticking out and I can see it. But yeah, I just haven't got to them. Bad Wendy. But yeah, Snow White, Cinderella by Mandy Jung. I'd like to do one of both of those, really, I think, at some point during the year. Next one, also a book I think is beautiful. Journey to Wonderland. I love the drawing in this. I hate how they put wonder all the way across. I think that's just not very attractive. But the drawing in this book, beautiful. So, again, this is a book that's been in my colouring plans a few times and I've wanted to colour it, but I just know that by the time I've got to it, I'm not going to have enough time to finish it. I think what I need to really think about and try and do more is not feeling that I need to finish a piece by the end of the month, and that if I've got whips at the end of the month, it's not the end of the world. But like I say, I am very much a start something, finish something person, so I find the idea of a carryover that I've not finished in time quite difficult to deal with. But I kind of think some of these books are not going to get done in 1 month, and this is what happens. That I think these are beautiful pages. I love the drawing in it. Like, these are just plants, but they're just the way that they're drawn. It's just got so much life about it. I really like some of these pages. But I'm not getting to them just purely for time reasons. But that's also quite cute for a little wreath with the buildings in, isn't it? Love this. Little town of houses. There's just some really beautiful pages in this book. And it's almost like an indigo print in it. It's quite strange. But I really like it. I love little quirky machines like this that are just stupid. Love things like that. Love this page. With the little pipes and, again, little machines. You've got some kind of... Are they sounds that are dropping off into this clock? Or is it a scale? Who knows? I don't know. I love little daft things like this, though. Coming out the other end. Who knows? Kind of feel like you need to find sense amongst the craziness. But yeah, this is a lovely book, and I definitely want to... This is the page I've wanted to do for a while, but as you can see, it's quite an involved page. And maybe I just need to be realistic with myself and say, okay, I've started on this page, but I've only got this far. I've only done these particular bits. And it doesn't matter if it's a carryover, does it? I should be a bit easier on myself sometimes. And then obviously it's got all the coloured versions at the front. But yeah, I translated it. Hooray! Flower colouring book, Journey to Wonderland by Gitami Leaf. Beautiful book. I hate those letters that are on there. And it's not an attractive look. But even the covers are pretty, aren't they? I love all of that. Want to work in it. Makes me want to work in it now. And then I think, it's 21st. I'm not going to get that finished by the end of the month. I'm my own worst enemy. I really am. This one also, I've got the other one of these. But this is the Shop I Admire by I never know how you say this. That person. I'm not even going to butcher it. It's terrible. But I've done one in the other one. Hurrah! Took me a few goes, though, if you remember. It was in my colouring plans for quite a few months. But I'd like to do this one again. Again, I love both of these books. I love the style of drawing. It kind of does remind me of Eerie a little bit. But it's a little bit more serious than Eerie. It is about more realistic kind of scenes and places. But the detail in it is really nice. And there's lots of interiors, which you don't get quite as much with Eerie, I don't think. But yeah, I'd like to... I think I did do the pot of art equipment on the other book, so maybe I should do that one, because it kind of goes with the one that I've done before. But I love all these rooms, really. That is why I bought it. But yeah, I don't know why in particular. I suppose because again, look at that, it's great little clock page, but there's so much to do, and it carries over all the way over there, and it will literally take me 2 weeks minimum. Anything this size takes me 2 weeks. I suppose it is the challenge of a video at the end of the month makes me go, nope, you cannot tattle this lovely page of cakes. But this make me hungry, eating this page, working on this page, and then wanting to eat the page. Another page of cakes. This book's evil. I need to get rid of it. Lovely. Bookshop. See, I should start there, shouldn't I? This is basically what my craft room looks like. Bookshop. My husband put my shelves up on the back, and every time he comes in goes, those are going to fall off. You've put too much weight on them shelves. He doesn't talk like that, that's just me. Yeah. Then, another lovely book that I think I've had this over a year. Out of print, I think. It's The Mysterious Library, isn't it? But I can't remember off the top of my head, and it's all in Korean. Who the illustrator is. I think sadly it's out of print, so you're in luck if you find anybody that's got stock of it. But again, I've thought this for ages is a lovely book. Paper is not brilliant. I think it's definitely going to be a colour pencil only book. But I just love the pages. I think you can probably see why I've not done it because it's so complicated. But I love it. Again, it's one of those books that I think if I start on this, I need to just allow myself to not finish it in a month. Because realistically, there's so much going. I'm probably not going to get it finished in a month. But it is very pretty. Drawings are lovely. Oh, it's a bird. I didn't see its beak. Same bird taking us on a flight. Swans. Yeah, this page I really like. Even though it's a bit repetitive, you've got kind of the little kids hiding away in it. This page I love. Don't know why I haven't done it. I do, because it's all the space. But there's a lot of really beautiful pages in here. I'll speed it up, otherwise this video is going to be way too long. See, normally I always do the playing cards in any kind of Alice in Wonderland-y page, but this book has escaped me. That's a beautiful winter page as well. Yeah, it's lovely. I definitely do want to work in it. This was the page that I bought the book for, really. Obviously you can't really see it that way. But it's going to take quite a while. It's going to take quite a while. So I do want to get into this one. I just need to be realistic and say I'm not going to get so much done if I work in one of these. And to go with Mysterious Library, I also have Mysterious Planets, again, out of stock by this person. I'm going to do it quite quickly. Again, lovely book, some amazing pages. It does have these strange kind of acetate things in, which I'm not a great lover of, like you can have the crown on the girl or the crown on the swan. I think it's a bit daft, but you know, it's different, isn't it? But I do like some of the pages. They're again a bit quirky. I love a circus page anyway. Only in books, not in real life. There's just lots of really interesting pages that do spark my imagination. Like these are really nice, aren't they? Gingerbread house, kind of cake house. Why do all my books have cakes in? Not so fussed on the insects. Wintry page. Are these like tree houses? Is that what that is? Yeah, and then you've got a watery chapter. Yeah, love it. Mysterious Planets. Again, it's out of stock, out of print. You're lucky if you can find one anywhere. It is a lovely book. Time I works in it. And my last one is from a Chinese book. Again, have I translated it? Dream Trip, a magical colouring book that takes you into a dream world by Zhang Wenjing. Probably said that terribly wrong. I do apologise. It's quite a quirky illustration style, but I quite like it. This one, I think, has been in my colouring plans a couple of times, and I've just run out of time by the end of the month to get to this one. I have no really excuses for not having got to this one. I think I've just picked other books up before this one. Paper's quite good. It's quite, I don't know if you can hear it as I'm turning, it's quite cardy paper. I think it'll take a bit of watercolour reasonably well, I think. And there's some complicated pages and some more simple pages, so realistically I shouldn't have a problem starting in this book. But up to now, yeah, it's escaped me a little bit. I've not had it that long, this one though, so I'm not too guilty on this one. But yeah, that's quite a big pile. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've got about 12, 14 books there that I'd like to, over the year, try and at least get one done out of all of these. Some of them I'd like to do a bit more. This one I'd really like to do a bit more on. But for one reason or another, they're all the same size. Maybe it's these square books that I'm having a problem with. I'm not sure. But yeah, for whatever reason, I'd like to try and at least get a page done in all of these over the year. Crossing my fingers, try and persuade myself, because they're lovely books. I like them a lot. But yeah, they're still waiting on the sad part of the shelf. Hopefully they'll be joining the good side shortly. Hopefully there's some books that were of interest to you. Apologies for the ones that I know are very difficult to find now. If they've taken your fancy, sorry. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.